Rick Ness, recognized primarily for his role on Discovery Channel's Gold Rush, has garnered a substantial fan base owing to his appealing demeanor. Additionally, he has been featured in various spin-offs like Gold Rush, Parker's Trail, and Gold Rush: The Dirt. Rick Ness, born on March 5, 1981 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, spent his formative years in the company of his twin brother. Growing up in the heart of Wisconsin, Ness developed a deep-rooted passion for football, which became a central part of his identity. His dedication to the sport was evident from his early days, and he quickly became a standout player on his school's football team, showcasing immense talent and potential. With dreams of making it big in the world of football, Ness's trajectory seemed promising as he earned recognition not only locally, but also within the college football circuit. However, fate had other plans for him. Just as he was on the brink of stepping into the realm of professional football, a devastating injury struck, abruptly halting his athletic aspirations. Undeterred by this setback, Ness refused to let adversity define him. Turning his attention to another passion of his, music, he embarked on a new journey. Teaching himself to play the upright bass, Ness immersed himself in the world of music, discovering a newfound outlet for his creativity and expression. Fueled by his love for music, Ness co-founded the 375 String Band, a musical ensemble that would soon captivate audiences far and wide with its unique blend of bluegrass and folk-inspired melodies. With Ness's talent as a musician and his unwavering determination, the band soared to new heights, releasing 3 critically acclaimed albums and embarking on exhilarating tours across the globe. Through his resilience and versatility, Ness not only reinvented himself, but also carved out a distinct path for his artistic endeavors, leaving an indelible mark on both the realms of sports and music. Long before his television debut on Gold Rush, Rick Ness was already immersed in a world of hard work and hands-on experience. Alongside his brother Randy, Rick spent years working at their family's construction company in Escanaba, Michigan. It was here that he gained invaluable knowledge and skills in operating heavy machinery, learning the ins and outs of construction and excavation. Despite his proficiency in construction, Rick's interests extended beyond the confines of his family's business. His curiosity and drive led him to explore new horizons, including the world of gold mining. It was during one of his ventures outside of the construction realm that Rick's path intersected with Parker Schnabel's at the Southeast Alaskan State Fair. At the fairgrounds, amidst the excitement and camaraderie of the event, Rick and Parker struck up a conversation that would change the course of Rick's life. Despite his lack of direct mining experience, Rick's familiarity with heavy machinery caught Parker's attention. Moreover, Rick's genuine interest in the intricacies of gold mining resonated with Parker, who was leading his own mining crew on Gold Rush at the time. Their conversation planted the seeds of a new partnership and opportunity for Rick. Despite the challenges and uncertainties that lay ahead, Rick's willingness to embrace the unknown and his passion for adventure ultimately led him to join Parker's mining crew. This marked the beginning of Rick's journey into the world of televised gold mining, where his skills, determination, and adaptability would be put to the test in the pursuit of gold and glory. Parker Schnabel, being not only a colleague but also a friend, stood firmly behind Rick Ness when he expressed his desire to venture into independent mining. Recognizing Rick's determination and passion, Parker provided unwavering support as Rick embarked on this new chapter of his mining career. In the 9th season of Discovery Channel's highly popular series, Rick's journey as an independent miner unfolded before the audience's eyes. With his own crew by his side, Rick navigated the challenges and triumphs of running his own operation. From the intricacies of prospecting to the demanding tasks of extraction, Rick and his team tackled each obstacle with grit and determination, ultimately achieving remarkable success. Throughout the season, viewers witnessed the fruits of Rick's labor as he and his crew unearthed an impressive 105 ounces of gold, a feat that not only solidified Rick's position as a capable miner, but also showcased his entrepreneurial spirit and leadership prowess. Beyond the realm of reality television, Rick's financial success is a testament to his dedication and hard work. As a main cast member of Gold Rush, where the primary objective is to strike gold, Rick commands a substantial salary reflective of his contributions to the show. Additionally, his ventures in the mining business have proven lucrative, further bolstering his financial standing. Yet Rick's financial portfolio extends beyond mining. His foray into the music industry, albeit brief, has left a lasting impact on his earnings. With a net worth reported at $3 million, Rick's multifaceted career and diverse talents continue to propel him to greater financial heights, solidifying his status as a prominent figure in both the mining and entertainment worlds. As Rick Ness plunges into the heart of the gold mining season, he finds himself embroiled in a high-stakes race against the clock. His eyes are firmly fixed on the prize, reaching the elusive target of 2,000 ounces of gold, the pinnacle of success for any miner. However, the path to glory is fraught with obstacles, and Rick's journey is no exception. The latest hurdle comes in the form of a daunting setback: the reduction of Monster Red's processing speed from a robust 300 yards of dirt per hour to a mere 200. This unforeseen turn of events threatens to derail Rick's ambitious plans and jeopardize his chances of achieving the season's most substantial payday. With each passing hour, Rick is acutely aware of the potential losses in gold revenue, a daunting prospect that looms over him like a dark cloud. Undeterred by the setback, Rick rolls up his sleeves and dives headfirst into troubleshooting mode. His keen eye for problem-solving is put to the test as he grapples with the operational issues plaguing Monster Red, particularly with the malfunctioning seat conveyor. Aware of the urgent need for a solution, Rick takes decisive action, dialing back the processing speed to mitigate further damage while he awaits assistance. The gravity of the situation is not lost on Rick, who understands the critical importance of maintaining momentum in a relentless quest for gold. With an unwavering determination, he braces himself for the challenges ahead, knowing full well that the road to success is fraught with twists and turns. Despite the mounting pressure and the weight of expectations bearing down on him, Rick remains resolute in his resolve to overcome adversity and emerge triumphant in his pursuit of the ultimate gold mining prize. As Rick awaits the arrival of the technicians, anticipation and apprehension mingle in the air. Every passing moment brings with it a glimmer of hope that the impending solution will offer a reprieve, a lifeline that could potentially salvage his ambitions and propel him closer to his gold mining dreams. In the midst of uncertainty, Rick clings to the belief that perseverance, coupled with a stroke of luck, will ultimately tip the scales in his favor, leading him one step closer to the coveted 2,000-ounce milestone and the riches that lie beyond. Rick Ness reported that they had the earnings plant up and running, but he expressed doubt about its effectiveness. He mentioned that the current operation wouldn't get them anywhere near their goal, and suggested they might as well have stuck with the previous setup. He then greeted Proctor Barry and acknowledged him as the person he had been communicating with. Rick explained that he had increased the speed, but it seemed the equipment couldn't handle it. He elaborated that the problem was the risk of round rock occurring at that speed, causing the rocks to tumble back down the conveyor, as he had previously mentioned. Rick Ness conveyed the urgency of the situation, emphasizing the need to maximize efficiency for the remainder of the season. He expressed his concern about running out of time and stressed the importance of increasing the processing speed to its maximum potential. Currently operating at about 200 yards per hour, Rick aimed to elevate it to 300 yards per hour. In discussion with his team, including Barry Proctor and Scott Ezekiel, Rick proposed a solution to improve the operation's effectiveness. He suggested constructing a set of fingers, strategically positioned to prevent rocks from tumbling back down the conveyor. This innovative approach aimed to optimize the processing system, ensuring a smoother and more efficient workflow moving forward. In collaboration with his team, Rick envisioned a finger trap, a frame equipped with 8 metal fingers suspended from a horizontal beam. This device would serve as a barrier, intercepting rocks and preventing them from impeding the operation's progress. Through careful planning and teamwork, Rick and his colleagues embarked on a mission to enhance their mining operation, overcoming challenges and striving for success in their quest for gold. The fingers allow pay dirt and smaller rocks to pass through unhindered, ensuring a smooth flow of material into the processing plant. However, any larger rocks or debris rolling down the conveyor are intercepted by the fingers, preventing them from causing disruptions to the operation. These rocks are then captured and carried up to the plant, where they can be processed along with the pay dirt. Acknowledging the effectiveness of the proposed solution, Rick expressed his concern about the time required to implement it. Barry and Scott estimated that the construction process would likely take 4 to 5 hours, necessitating a temporary shutdown of the operation. Understanding the urgency of the situation, Rick requested a brief pause of 15-20 minutes to facilitate the installation of the finger trap. With the plan in place, Rick expressed his gratitude to the team for their efforts and cooperation. He recognized the importance of their collaboration in overcoming challenges and improving the efficiency of the mining operation. Barry and Scott were tasked with constructing the finger trap using salvaged scraps from Rick's boneyard, demonstrating resourcefulness and ingenuity in finding solutions to operational hurdles. With the construction of the finger trap complete, Rick and his team were ready to put their solution to the test. They gathered the necessary materials, including 4-inch square tubing, HSS, flat bars, and channel, ensuring that they had everything required to make the finger trap a success. With a sense of confidence and anticipation, Rick declared that their creation would indeed do the trick. As the team got to work assembling the finger trap, they worked efficiently and methodically, with each member contributing their skills and expertise. Rick reminded everyone to watch their hands and stay safe as they completed the final steps of the construction process. With the finger trap now installed and operational, Rick shut down the operation momentarily to allow for a quick inspection. Scott, who had been instrumental in the construction process, gave the finger trap a thorough examination and confirmed that it looked good and was ready for testing. With a sense of excitement, the team wasted no time in resuming operations, eager to see if their solution would yield the desired results. Rick wasted no time cranking up the processing speed to 300 yards per hour, eager to put the finger trap through its paces. As the conveyor belts whirred back to life and material began flowing through the system once more, anticipation filled the air. With the finger trap in place, Rick and his crew were poised to discover if they had struck high-grade pay dirt in the Raleigh Valley, a momentous occasion that would mark a significant milestone in their mining endeavors. The conversation turned to the changing of the seasons, with a sense of concern creeping in about the sudden onset of yellowing leaves and the rapidly cooling temperatures. The abrupt transition to autumn seemed to catch everyone off guard, with the days becoming noticeably shorter in what felt like the blink of an eye. Despite the unsettling pace of change, there was a sense of camaraderie among the team, united by their shared experiences and the challenges of their work. One member of the crew remarked on the irony of their situation, jokingly suggesting that they were all in their line of work because they weren't suited for anything else. The lighthearted banter served as a moment of levity amidst the seriousness of their task. Suddenly, a metallic clink caught their attention, prompting a pause in the conversation. Upon closer inspection, they realized that the sound was not from lead, as initially assumed, but rather from gold, a discovery that elicited a mix of excitement and disbelief among the crew. The weight of the revelation hung heavy in the air, underscoring the significance of their work and the potential rewards that lay within their grasp. Reflecting on the week's progress, one member admitted to succumbing to temptation and increasing the processing speed in a bid to maximize their output. It was a moment of candor that highlighted the ever-present pressure to succeed in their demanding line of work, where even the smallest decisions could have significant consequences. Despite the capacity of their equipment, Rick acknowledged that the round rocks in the area posed a unique challenge. They had a tendency to roll back, hindering their operations' efficiency. While they weren't able to run at maximum capacity for the entire week, they still managed to put in a solid effort, sluicing for a total of 70 hours, albeit dialing back the processing speed to 200 yards per hour on some days. Eager to see the fruits of their labor, Rick and the crew decided to take a look at their weekly haul. With anticipation building, they gathered around as Rick began to weigh the gold. The tension mounted as the scale ticked higher and higher, surpassing even Rick's expectations. It became clear that they had struck it big. A whopping 580 ounces of gold, worth an impressive $325,000. Amidst the celebration, Rick expressed his gratitude to the team for their hard work and dedication. He marveled at the magnitude of their achievement, noting that it was one of the biggest gold hauls they had ever seen. With their total now exceeding 1,000 ounces for the season, Rick was filled with renewed optimism for the future. As they basked in the glow of their success, Rick couldn't help but joke about the inconvenience of having to leave his beer behind in order to carry 2 pans of gold. It was a moment of camaraderie and triumph, a testament to the resilience and determination of Rick and his crew in the face of adversity. With their sights set on even greater riches ahead, Rick and the crew prepared to embark on the next phase of their journey, fueled by the promise of more gold and the camaraderie that comes from working together towards a common goal. Rick Ness has proven he has what it takes to hack it in the mining industry.
I just get a feeling there's more gold here. The way this material is piled up in here, I think the best stuff that there is could be at this corner.
The highly entertaining gold rush is all cutthroat gold mining and determination by some of the best miners in the industry. The compelling series takes us to see how Rick Ness has struggled to bounce back and take hold of his business, but things are off to a rough start. However, with Buzz on the scene and working with Rick, things may take a turn for the better for both men. Buzz Legault is driving a rock truck with great skill, but it isn't at the side of his longtime boss, Fred. Instead, he is driving through an unknown road when suddenly something unexpected stops his truck's movement. He responds quickly to this malfunction and begins pulling over and exiting the vehicle to search for the reason behind his unwanted delay. As Buzz examines the rock truck, he first has the suspicion that something was wrong with the tires. As he walks around the truck, he mutters to himself in annoyance and explains how much he dreads to think something could be wrong with the rock truck's transmission. If the transmission is no longer working, the Ness crew can kiss any ideas of using the ancient rock truck for their work goodbye. It is humbling to see how even Buzz, with all his skill and knowledge of this equipment, is not arrogant or uncaring when faced with the need to fix what's wrong with this dozer. Buzz is fearless as he crouches under the rock truck and examines the undercarriage carefully for the reason of its error. His careful examinations soon pay off when he notices that a couple of joints holding the drive shaft in place has been shorn off. The hard terrain and dangerous Alaskan paths can sometimes damage the vehicles with the rough environment and impact jarring the delicate parts of the machine. This is a huge issue because if Buzz cannot fix this, he will be completely out of a job. Not to mention how Rick will lose out on a ton of money if he isn't able to get back to sluicing gold. When someone's livelihood depends on their tools, this kind of error can be devastating. This entire ordeal has been extremely frustrating for Buzz since he has just finished fixing this problem with this rock truck, and now he has to readdress the problem for a second time. This is the downside of working with out-of-date machines.
It blew up pretty hard. You can see right here. I can put my hand inside the motor. And here's what's left of our piston. It exploded.
They constantly require maintenance that is time-consuming and expensive. Of course, the bright side of this situation is that Buzz knows exactly what to do to fix it. He explains that if the drive shaft is not connected to the rear end, then the truck will not move. His first challenge is to get his hands on the necessary parts and put everything back together. A time-consuming task when the team is under a lot of time constraints this gold mining season. Another issue with fixing this recurring problem is that it's a two-man job, meaning the necessity of pulling someone else away from their work. Of course, when one person in the chain is affected, so are the rest of the crew. This will only set them all back even more, cutting into the little time they have to mine the gold needed for the season. For this reason, Buzz decides to ask the camp's cook for help. Here we meet Travis, who is seen picking up some busted U-bolts that are needed to hold the drive shaft in place, allowing for the power from the motor of the dozer to arrive at its destination in the front and back tires. Travis is happy to present these bolts to Buzz, and they immediately get to planning their next moves. Working together, they head over to the rock truck, and Buzz pulls apart the drive shaft, and they quickly replace the broken bolts with the new ones Travis has collected. The rock truck's engine gives power to the rear wheels, but the problem is that they have found that half the bolts have shattered somewhere along the way. The drive shaft is now totally out of alignment and unable to feed energy to the tires, meaning that the rock truck cannot move even an inch in this condition. Even if moving the truck was an option, it would be unwise to do so, as it would only damage the delicate drive shaft further, denying them the chance to fix it and keep working. As Buzz and Travis work under the rock truck, they identify that one of the bolts they used as a replacement is not the right style and that it went into the wrong hole. This realization has forced them to replace the new bolts all over again before they damage the inside of the drive shaft. The incorrect bolt has already cut the threading inside the drive shaft.
It looks like now we've got one that's wrong bolt in the wrong hole, so
Buzz has to re-thread the hole so they can replace the bolt with a factory-approved piece. This setback has Buzz clearly upset because this has been a careless and amateurish mistake. His bad mood does not stop them from fixing the drive shaft, even if it takes longer than planned. As Buzz climbs back into the rock truck, he tests the engine once more. Everyone relieved when the rock truck seems to be moving even smoother than before. Rick Ness sees Buzz heading his way inside the old rock truck and is glad to see that they are getting back to their schedules. It becomes apparent that he was aware there was an issue while he was busy at work. However, when Buzz and Rick greet each other, Rick says he doesn't even want to know what was wrong with the rock truck in the first place, since he is just relieved Buzz appeared in time to fix the issue and help out. Buzz jumps right to work as Rick finishes the last of his stockpile. With the rock truck running smoothly again, Buzz will start hauling pay dirt and helping Rick reach his gold ounce goals for the season. Back in Rick's own dozer, he can be heard giving Buzz his flowers and expressing how happy he is with how the situation was handled by Buzz. Rick is particularly impressed by Buzz's ability to problem solve and get back to work so quickly. His achievement of both transporting and fixing this old equipment, as well as his ability to think ahead, convinces Rick that Buzz is the kind of guy he wants around. The Ness crew is back at camp after Buzz fixed the old rock truck, and Rick has begun to work on the second stockpile. He has been able to keep the plant running the whole week. They all relax with some drinks, and Rick tells Buzz that coming from Fred, he did not have much hope. He also comments how much he appreciates all Buzz has done, since he was able to get that old truck running for them against all odds.
There is pressure here. There's no doubt about that, especially just being two of us. But for the amount of work that had to be done, Z and I made quick work of it and got this plant fired up.
And he hopes they will be able to see some gold come out of those efforts. Rick explains that while he does not know everything that went on over in Fred's camp, he does know that they were not having a lot of luck gold mining out there. Rick then asks Buzz what he would think of coming over to his crew. Buzz is extremely moved and sounds choked up when he laughs and says that it would be like leaving hell behind and to having so much more with Rick's team. He explains what he means with his next statement, claiming that in all his time working for Fred, he has barely made enough money to cover his personal expenses. With that emotional offer out of the way, the Ness crew gets back to business and weighs out the gold they have managed to squeeze out of the inhospitable land. To cover all his costs, Rick Ness needs at least 20 ounces of gold a week. As they measure out the gold, they arrive at a final weight of 23.8 ounces of gold, which equals a total of $46,000, bringing them a few ounces over their needed weight. They are delighted by the final weight, and Buzz mentions this may be his biggest haul of his life, commenting how it's well over the biggest haul Fred's crew ever managed to achieve. Rick sees this as a great start for them and assures Buzz that they have only just begun. He quickly calculates that altogether they have brought in around 65.2 gold ounces so far this week. Rick expresses that he is very happy with what they have achieved this week, and that all he needs is to keep bringing in more gold to put into the bank. He elaborates on his future plans, telling the crew that he intends to hire more crew and get more machines to cover more ground and acquire more gold. He explains that with the crew's help, he sees this dream being within reach.
Yeah, look at that nugget right there.
Oh, buddy.
It looked really good.
As Rick stands, he tells the crew he wants to make Buzz's entrance into the team official. He hands over some dark t-shirts to Buzz with the crew's name on it, officially marking him as a new member. Thank you for watching until the end. Make sure to comment down below what you think of Rick's $46,000 gold haul and what your favorite part was. If you would like to keep up with this kind of content, make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on.